Why didn't I fish you?
Happy New Year.
So we... I'm sorry,
don't touch it. Just don't touch it.
Just don't touch. Good morning, guys. We probably look and feel how we should look and feel for having flown all day long, pretty much diverted for weather. And we love you back. We were supposed to try and get here earlier. I filmed till like 4 in the morning, I think, Vancouver time. So I know, I literally got home. We were shooting with Nina, who I love. It was amazing and quick, and she doesn't mess up.
And you were on set at 7 a.m. this time.
Vancouver time, 24 hours ago, basically.
So yesterday.
Yeah. And then got here. So it was funny. I sort of sat down.
You look like shit.
I'm gonna go shower in between this and like the rest of the day.
That's not gonna help. Showering doesn't.
I'm existing on coffee and love. So.
Yeah, another award won by Supernatural. That did not get announced on the award show.
That's right. Little injustice. Sounds good, you guys. We're excited to get back to shoot the season. I think this is the first time we've seen y'all since we got picked up for another 23 episodes. Thanks, guys.
Sorry, you're stuck with us for another year.
Yeah, torture stories. Well, before we just jabber.
Speaking of another year, that's a nice vest you got on. This was the crew Christmas gift this year.
Oh, wow. That's nice.
I don't know what it stands for.
It was, I can't see it because my eyes won't open. It was way too cold, and I love the show. It was far too cold for me in Vancouver, and now I get here, and I'm like, I just can't take it off because it's holding everything in right now. Well, that's good. I'm sure you guys have been waiting for a while. Yes, I saw your hand. It went straight up.
Good morning. Jensen, there was a tweet yesterday about the Family Business Brewing Company. What's that?
Oh.
I don't know.
In Austin? It's got to be you and Gino.
I don't know what you're talking about. Yes, I've mentioned it before. It's been a long time coming, but there will be a brewery opening up in Austin this year. Called the Family Business Beer Company. Yum. So look for that. It'll be in a few months. Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Samples.
Or at least t-shirts are on their way.
Sam.
Yeah, I would say there are certain characters that do bring out different aspects of me. In fact, I was just I caught a little bit of things that aren't things that should never be.
I was with you. I don't know what you were watching.
I don't know, but you remember this stuff.
Animaniacs?
When Dean gets a glimpse of with Mom. I think it was season 2.
What is
right?
what should never be?
What is and what should never be?
Oh, what is what should never be? Season 2. Well, you looked at me out of the blue, like, I caught a little bit of, was that? Oh, no, what did you watch?
Stop. I'm working. So, And it was one of the first times that we saw Dean change because he had this experience. Now he was like with his mother, and it was one of the first times there was like a break from him being him all the time, and then we get to see this kind of softer side. So there are certainly characters that bring that out. Ones that I really enjoy, like we've said, Charlie's fantastic. Having Samantha back is fantastic. And please do not repeat this. But there's there is an aspect of Dean that I enjoy playing when he's with Crowley. Again, don't repeat that.
Feel free to repeat this. If I didn't marry Ruby, I think I would love to have Pellegrino come back. He brings out something so unique and interesting with like Sam's character.
He's certainly more of a Sam catalyst.
Yeah.
I was like Dad, John. It'd be really interesting to see if John came back now and how that would affect the brother, because we've got Mom back, and it's almost difficult because you know you have these two men that are kind of cemented in their ways, and then you have their mother and this whole eternal entity showing up, and they're not, at least from Dean's perspective, not quite sure how to digest that, how to handle it. And I think from Sam's as well, because he never really had a relationship with Mom. But to have Dad come back, and I don't know, I think that would be really interesting.
How come Dean is allowed to have a crush on Dr. Sexy and D, and yet Despiel and his bisexuality is in the end?
I caught it.
I heard Dr. Sexy and D.
How come Dean is allowed to have a crush on Dr. Sexy and D, and yet Destiel and his bisexuality cannot?
Destiel doesn't exist.
That probably explains most of it.
I'm pretty sure that A, that doesn't exist. B, I think that Dean had not a crush on Dr. Sexy and Me. I think he was a fan of the show. A closet fan of the show. Just stoke that fire a little bit.
What's going on, fellas?
Hey.
Hey, buddy.
How are ya?
Justin.
It's Rich and Rob.
Rich and Rob, nice to meet you, Rich and Rob. All right. Hop in, guys. We'll duck down for you.
We know you guys. We're actually appearing here at the convention with you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
For what?
No, we worked on the show.
Really?
Yeah.
Catering. Oh, dude, catering.
No,
that is the best
actors. No, I play God.
God of the griddle, huh?
God of the griddle.
All right.
Sorry.
What are we doing here? You want to do Awkward Prom, Angry Cop, Squishy Bear?
You may not want to watch us, but we're going to be on all the time. So you're not going to have a choice. I have friends that are like, yeah, I was in the gym this morning on the treadmill. There you were at 10 a.m.
TNT!
You're welcome.
Yeah, I was watching, what was it?
Flip or flop.
That's it. I think, honestly, I give an answer that I believe for this. Obviously, I don't have the answer, otherwise I would produce and sell it to all the other networks and be like, hey, I have the secret. But it's a very universal message. You know, it's the same, it started out the same storyline that Star Wars was, or Harry Potter was. Like, you know, this... Harry Potter, that's what I was watching. It's a very universal message, and I think that even though we're in a genre that is very fantastical, for lack of a better word,
It's a pretty good word.
yeah, it appeals. There's something that appeals to everybody, whether it's sacrifice or loyalty or devotion or loss, or the struggle to keep on fighting when things get hard. And we can tell it in such a way that other shows can't really get away with telling it. You know, like if on CSI somebody came back to life, you're like, we need to explore it. Y'all forgive us for our sins. So thank you.
Justin and Jaden, I really enjoyed you on Kings and
Justin and Jaden.
Yes, Justin and Jaden, I really loved you on Kings and Con.
I actually don't know who's who though.
You're Justin.
Am I Justin?
Justin Angle.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
Justin
Yeah.
Jaworski. Jaden Jaworski. There were a few takes where it was really funny stuff, and I'm certain I ruined some really funny takes.
A lot of them.
Like, even when I was watching, I was like, Justin Angle. That's perfect.
But I do actually have a question.
Okay.
What is this squishy bear photo of?
What would you like to know?
Oh, I think she knows.
or Angry Cop.
Angry cop. You literally read it over and over and over again.
Oh, these were not made up requests.
Some of them actually.
The squishy bear is a real thing. It lives. It's alive.
Game of Thrones.
Not on me though.
No. It's usually it's just shortened to a squishy hug, which I think some of you probably know.
Is the squish hug from? Is the
But a
etymology squishy bear?
Yes.
So squishy bear was the
And
ancestor of
for any of you UK residents, it originated in England.
Any UK residents?
No? No?
Good. You were in trouble.
Yeah, England. Blame England. We usually do.
What's an angry cop?
I think that one was made up. I think Richard made that one.
The totem pole made me laugh.
Totem pole, that one's obvious.
The Rob wanted to. The difference between Rob and I when we were like looking at each other. Can you take your beanie off?
There were many takes during shooting that where, and this is Jared's kind of go-to thing. Whenever he wants to laugh, but he's trying to hold it in, he just goes.
I think it distracts me.
Breaks me all the time.
It doesn't ever work.
Like, what is that? It's a squishy bear.
For those who haven't, we're talking about Kings of Con. If you haven't watched it, watch it ASAP. Shoshana?
Shoshana.
That's a good question. I am of the mindset that I think they obviously have chemistry and they enjoy each other. My interest in the storytelling aspect of Supernatural, and I don't know if this is going to get boos and cheers, maybe it seems a little strange, but I hope Sam doesn't ever get a love interest. Purely because
Yes.
Purely because I think that's not Sam's story, you know, and I think part of the beauty of the tragedy of Supernatural is that Sam can't have a love interest. Like, I'm sure he would like it. But I don't think it would make it. But when Amelia was a love interest, it just didn't make sense for his arc to me. And it doesn't matter what I think. I just think it wasn't made. But Shoshana's amazing, and I can see them having
Sex.
And 2017 just started. 2014.
Need to explain what sex is to you?
I should have just said no.
See me after the panel.
I should have just said no.
Very simple.
I don't think they will. I don't think they will. I don't think Jared's version of the show, I think it's a story better told for Sam if he doesn't have a love interest.
But there is a little bit of a difference between she is a hunter, so she knows the life, so there's kind of a difference there.
Yeah, it's not about, I don't think he judges Hunter or not.
Yeah.
I think it's just...
But the saying if it doesn't like fit because whoever he's with will want more of a domestic life, then she's a hunter, so she kind of knows that.
Sure. Yeah.
I was going to say the same thing about Joe, too.
Yeah.
God rest her soul.
To a degree, Ruby helped us hunt. You know, she killed things.
But I also think there's, regardless of whether or not they're a hunter or whether they want a domestic life, it's a liability. And I think that's one of the things that the brothers try to steer clear of as much as possible. They obviously can't steer clear of the fact that they're brothers. But what they can avoid is bringing on people that could possibly be a liability. And when they're dealing with the things that they deal with, to have something that a demon could grab and hold over them and then make them, hold for ransom essentially. That's always a problem. So I think the Winchesters generally try to steer clear of anything or anybody that could be a liability. I'm not quite sure how Cass managed to squeeze through that, but he's an angel, so he can take care of himself. Yeah.
Okay, we know you love to pull pranks.
What's that?
We know you love to pull pranks.
Pull pranks.
What was your favorite one on Stephen Mel?
On a Mel?
That was great.
Urinating on his parking spot.
It was certainly that photo shoot day, because he wasn't there and we were on his set, and we started ripping his sign off and drawing images on it, and the people that were
the guy that was there that was hired to be a part of like production and assist us and like okay, Jeff and Jared are here, they're heading to set right now. We kind of get like corralled like cattle most of the time, and this guy apparently worked on the show.
He was a full-time worker on Arrow still, but he was going to work the next day on Arrow.
And we walked up to his work, we're like, oh look, Mel's got his own parking spot with a whole like placard and stuff. And Jared's like, and just ripped it off.
And the guy's like,
and the guy just goes, oh my God, I'm getting fired. And then I turned to him, I'm like, wait, Steven can fire you?
So that was a lot of fun. He has a good sense of humor about all that. So that was a fun day. Fun to tweet. Fun that he found out with the rest of the world. Right here.
Hi. So you guys have been in coloring books, shirts. I'm sorry.
Notebooks, you're on everything. What is your first impression of that? And if you have any other toys, have you ever played with yourselves?
I'm going to tweet something today that made me laugh about toys. But I will say that we just got sent a picture. Was it Adam that sent us the picture of the panty party pack of Supernatural from Hot Topic or something like that? Apparently there's I don't know if it was a joke, but he said, I think Adam, who plays Mick Davies, he's amazing, I love him. But I think he's, like somebody sent him a picture of, stop me if I'm wrong, or
no, it's true. It's a real
true.
thing.
It's a Supernatural party panty pack.
Yeah.
But don't play any of the videos. So I'm just thinking, I would love to buy them for Jen, because she'd be like, what? The coloring book was pretty funny. We were flipping through it, and it's awesome. And I obviously know, have y'all seen the coloring book?
Yeah!
We have to now. My kids are doing it. It's the weirdest thing. Honey! Anthony Jensen. But the picture of Richard Spade looks kind of like Kevin Parks. Like they kind of look just enough like, and she's like, why is Kevin Parks in this book? I was like, no, that's Richard Spade. It looks just enough alike. But yeah, I have a Supernatural coloring book sitting on my kitchen table in Vancouver. And
I think the Monopoly game was when I was like, oh, it's real now. This just got real.
That's awesome.
That's what I would play. However, I've never opened that game, and I've never seen. But has anybody ever seen the Monopoly?
Yeah.
What do you get when you pass go?
$200.
So,
all right, well.
You get a stolen credit card.
You get 200 souls back.
what's the Boardwalk Park place? What are the two? Alistair and Lucifer. Yeah? It's on. It's on. We have to work tomorrow.
When you go to jail, do you go to hell?
That would have been good.
You just go to jail? Oh, come on.
They didn't.
Come on, Hasbro. All right. I don't know.
Jared, you're beautiful.
You're beautiful too. You are too.
Squishy baby.
Yeah, and then this quirky mechanic comes in. No.
I'm giving Rich the business.
Why do you think I keep doing more takes?
Okay. That took me a second to figure.
Math.
Bring it back that ass up. There we go.
There we go.
Now whole scene. Yeah. Okay.
And as the sun sets on,
I know, it's dreamy, right?
I'm swimming here. You know they're not rolling. This is just